What up, brothers? It's the Clipper King returning. I'm saying a big welcome to my channel tonight so you can witness the emotional and nervous breakdown I'm probably going to go through reviewing these two figures that you can see in front of you. As you see, and for those in the know, it's the Serang Kim's Jimi Hendrix figure. Just show you around the figure first, tell you how I came by it, do a massive shout out, and then I'm going to review it up. I think if you look through YouTube, I think there's about 4 reviews on this figure. I've been dying to get it in hand for years, and well, since it come out. I wouldn't say years and years, but I would say a year and a half. And I'll tell you how that happened. So yeah. Right, firstly, how did I come by it? This figure was shown on Facebook about a year and a half ago, I think, by a sculptor called Serang Kim. Now, I've just had the Walking Dead figures by Denny Kim, who is awesome, no two ways about it. Serang's figures are like legendary. He's like, I think he does smaller runs than anyone else. Figures that, I don't know, licenses that you'd never expect, and probably not mainstream. But what he does, the work he does, is unbelievable. Some of you will know him from around Facebook. Some of you might know him personally, I don't know. But this is the piece. When I look through his work, this is the piece I go to. I don't know. I think before I start, I'm just going to have to bow in the presence of greatness, because I don't think I've ever seen something or felt as nervous around a figure like I do around this. Simply because of the price, and simply because that any part of it is a lot more than I can afford, basically. I've got some nice collectibles, pretty mainstream collectibles, but this is fucking top notch. Right. Anyway, how did I come by it? Like I said, it's come from Wyman, the owner of 16 Bruce, who's an awesome guy and a great friend. I talk to him regular. I knew he had this figure, but it's one of them. I always knew I'd love to review it, but you can't say to somebody, let me review your Jimi Hendrix, because they'll be like, hold on a minute, do you know what that fucking thing costs? And I'll be like, yeah, I do. Would you lend it someday? And I'd be like, well, I'd sooner have a little go on my missus, or go and smash fuck out my kids. That's what we're talking about here. I'll make the price clear, because anybody who knows Wyman knows he's a really down to earth guy. Got awesome sense of humour. He's a top guy to talk to. You can stay on the phone to him an hour and have a great laugh. And like I say, to pick a figure up like this, he's got to be big balling as well. He'd never tell you that, and I'm sure he'd be embarrassed by me saying it. But to be collecting at this level, you where it's at. I've got to bow my head and say respect to him. And respect to him for lending it me. I actually brought it up on Monday with the Walking Dead figures, and I can understand why. There were no way he was sending this bitch through parcel force, because like I said, any part of it had been cracked or damaged or chipped or whatever, and it's like, just forget about it, because firstly, you'd never get another part, and secondly, you wouldn't want to pay. But show you around it. You can see the one head sculpt with the hat on and the afro here. Just holding the mic, got the guitar under his left arm. You will see everything you need to see, don't worry, brothers. Got the mic standing in front of him, and then this one playing the guitar behind his head with a I think that's called the voodoo head. Let's get that bitch rotating so you can fully appreciate what's going on there. I will say as well, there'll be a lot of guys who watching this thing who don't even know Jimi Hendrix is, or know of him but weren't around when he was alive, same as me. To me, he's just a music legend, and he's up there with all the big names. Widely recognised as the greatest guitar player of all time. I don't know if I agree to that, and I will say I'm not a massive Hendrix fan, but when I see a figure like that, I'm seeing the big picture. I'm thinking, if an artist can do that, then an artist can do Prince, or an artist can do Michael Jackson, or an artist can do anybody, we'd think, because this has got to be one of the most intricate, in-depth figures you're ever going to see. And like I say, if that can be done, then anything can be done. So, just fucking love that pose, let me tell you. Just rotating nicely as it comes round. Oh, stop it, fucking hell, Clipper. Add that to fucking pose I've given you before. I'm telling you what, that's beautiful. This one's nice and safe, stood up, maybe just walked on stage, guitar under arm, just picked mic up. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Sheffield, England. I'm gonna put your 8 gig on. That's what he's saying. Just standing still, got his hat on. Not work to sweat up yet. Just waiting to perform. This one, fuck it, he's going at it. Look at that guitar. That is awesome. Bobby, go on. So yeah, right, let's get on to review. Like I said, I can't state enough, massive thanks to Wyman. And if this is only video of mine that Wyman ever watches, I hope he's pleased with it, because I want to do this figure justice. I'll just say I'm using the rotating base that I normally use now, and also the sort of LED spot. Just lets me highlight a certain thing that I want you to see. But I will show you the figure with light on and without. I want to get you some really, really good detail. So right, let's get on to review. I'm going to do it on the normal categories. I'm going to give you all the information I know. Some of it might be wrong, some of it might be bollocks, but you'll have to forgive me for that. I'll say at the beginning, please leave a comment and please like the video if you do. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get this channel elevated, yeah? Righto. Source material. Jimi Hendrix, like I've just said, considered greatest guitarist of all time. I don't know if I agree, but I'm going to go along with masses. Anybody who's up there with the likes of Beatles, Elvis, so on and so, possibly Rolling Stones, who I don't like either, if they're respected in that vein, then you've got to be classing them as a legend. And I will say also, I think Jimi Hendrix is sort of one of those whose fame were elevated by the fact he died relatively young. I don't think that hurts an artist's legacy when that happens. Some people do love him. I've got to say, the songs I know of his, I do like. I don't know if I'd be the sort of person to go out and buy every album, but like I say, if you were to buy his greatest hits, you would know most of the songs on there, and they are really iconic. And I will say as well, a lot of the films that his music appears in, I do really like, because you would normally find it in like Vietnam-style films or like gangster films, and you might recognise some of the music that I put on this. So yeah, source material, I couldn't give him anything. And like I say, to me, I would prefer Prince of this genre sort of thing, but I'm still going to respect the masses and give him a 5 out of 5. Before I roll on to packaging, let's just watch that bitch come round one more time. Oh, fucking Clipper, stop it. You're fucking hurting him. Rolling on to packaging. Firstly, you can see you got the 2 separate figures. I will say, I don't know if I made this clear at the beginning, Wyman actually bought what is called the grand set. So everything that were released, he bought. He bought the full set, so he got 2 complete figures. All the heads, all the hair, the guitars, all the outfits, fucking job lot. He bought the grand set. When this were released, you could buy an head sculpt if you wanted. You could have that painted or plain. You could buy just a waistcoat. You could buy 1 guitar. You could buy 1 figure, whatever. Everything were priced individually, or if you bought the grand set, you got 1 large prize. So that is what Wyman did. So starting off, obviously everything shown on the artwork Wyman owns. So all the faces, this jacket, this guitar, the waistcoat, everything, the shirt, everything that you see. I do like the artwork because it shows 2 really good posers, and it is the figure shot. It's not to proper image. And I do like the fact that Serang Kim has actually signed it to Wyman. Now, I put a video up about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, might be more than that, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and somebody had bought a figure off me through eBay and asked me to sign box, and the buzz that gave me were unbelievable. I thought, why the fuck would he ask me to sign it? And he explained why he wanted me to, and I could understand it slightly. So for Wyman to have got it signed by the actual artist who created it, made it, sculpted it, painted it, everything, one man band, for him to sign it and send it, that is awesome. Again, just looking inside, they're not the most functional boxes, but I don't think these custom boxes ever are. Basically, I don't know, coffin style box, I suppose you could call it, with a magnet, just a sponge at the bottom, everything's bagged, you get the figure inside, and then the magnet side. So that is the packaging. I will say, if I had to score it, I'm going to go middle at road. For I would normally go an unfunctional box like this, or there's no sponge cutaway, I would mark it down to somewhere around a 1. To a box that is awesome and I love the artwork, I would go up top end. But I'm going to say, the functionality of the box is not there, but the artwork's good, and the fact that it's signed by the artist, dated and everything, just takes it up a few cool points. So I am going to give the packaging a 3 out of 5. Moving on to likeness, and I could score it now and not tell you out. It's pretty easy. But before we roll on, let's have a look at the posers. You can see he's got him fucking rocking out. One foot lifting up, just sort of with a guitar across the thigh, taking the weight of it. Holding it with his right hand on the chords. Left hand up. Got the plectrum, as you can see. Got the rock godhead on. Full afro on this time. Fucking give over. Let me get in there for you. Let me get it off my hand and get in there. Look at that. Biting lip and lot. Look at curls in afro. Oh man. That's unreal. Oof. Beautiful. Let me start that one rotating before you answer next then, just to, so you can enjoy every angle. Watch him come round. Look at artwork on the back of that jacket. Fucking drink it in. I'm proud of that one. And I'm proud of this one and all. This one's the Voodoo head sculpt. Just fucking freestyling, going mental. Again, look at expression on face. He's moving down, he's playing hard. Guitar solos are us. Again, taking his weight on one leg. It's the moving right stage with other. I've got the light up on that one. Let's turn the light off so we can see him off. Get in there for you, get in there. Oh, that's lovely. Again, just this bitch come round. Blown away, guys, blown away, as my friend Curtis might say. Let's get that light back on. And then again, the third sculpt, the more natural one, with the hat on. Beautiful. Now, let's get some scores on the doors. I will say that, like I said, he bought all 3 sculpts. So like I said, we've got the neutral or natural one, or standards I think it's called. Then we've got the Voodoo, I think that one's called, which is sort of, I don't know, that ecstatic look on his face. He's just playing away, he's lost in his own world. And then the rock one where he's sort of biting his bottom lip. Really nice. The air, or headband and air, or whatever, is all interchangeable. So if I were to show you this one, the hat lifts off. That's a sculpted hat. And then here, as you can see, you've got sort of an head cap with the afro hair attached. That lifts off. Should do. So hold on with a. It's got a magnet here, and then inside the skull cap there's a magnet up here, and then it's got the air attached. So every head comes like that. See, it's just got the sculpted on sideburns, and then obviously it's seamless to the real air. Every head sculpt looks like that, and then you get the 3 different air sections. So you've got the skull cap with the air around the sides to wear the hat. You get the skull cap with the full afro on it, and then you get sort of an airpiece with the headband attached to it. And like I said, they are totally interchangeable, so you can mix and match, and I will do through this review. So you'll see that face in a minute, might have the hat on, or you might see it with the full afro on, or whatever. I'm going to gear 2 posers per section. So all 3 head sculpts are fucking amazing. There's one nitpick on them. When I first saw them, I thought, they look very cartoony, but when I've got them and I've sat outside at computer earlier on, I've realised they're not. They bang on. The paintwork's awesome. I think Wyman bought them painted, which is what I would have done had I could afford it, because I wouldn't want to buy them like a recasted version then try and have it painted, because it just won't look right. So everyone is bang on Jimmy. That one is my favourite, I think. I just think that is, for the pose, I just think it's bang on. Look at, he's just making love to his guitar, just firing away, freestyling it up. Right nice. So yeah, just awesome. That is my favourite head sculpt, but all three are excellent. I've got to give it a 5 out of 5, which is easy. The only nitpick is the colour change from the sculpt to the body. Now, I think they've gone with the best body available at that time, which were the slim African-American body, what we used for the Michael Jackson Zombie. I think it's awesome for the figure, but the colour match. But to me, it's not really a problem, because you only slightly see it with that shirt on, and you don't really see it at all because of the fur collar on the jacket. So it's not really a problem. I mean, if you were to slide the shirt arm up, you would see there's a difference in colour. But that is the only niggle with the head sculpts. It don't perfectly match the body, but I would sort them look like they do and not match the body, then try and paint the face the wrong colour and match the body, if that makes sense. So like I said, all three sculpts are awesome. Off the hook, fucking, like I say, it's, I don't know, mind-blowing. To see it in hand, it's mind-blowing. So I've given them up 5 out of 5. Moving on to outfits, and again, I could give you the score straight away and not tell you fuck all, but that's not going to get us nowhere, is it? So we'll start off with this masterpiece up front. Both figures come wearing these really nice sculpted of the day boot, kind of heeled, as you can see, painted really nice. It's the same sculpt on both boots, really nicely done. Fit on with the large ball joint ankle, and like, yeah, move around, no limitations to the articulation, because it fit really nice. Moving up, both figures wear these sort of washed out red trousers, flares, sort of tight at the top, and then moving away from the knee, a nice flare. It doesn't totally cover the boot, obviously, but it's just right, and it's of the period, sort of late 60s going 70s. It's fucking really nice. Both figures wear the sort of silver waistband. What are they called now? Fuck, I forgot what they're called. Sort of the waistlet, is it? Like a necklace sort of thing, but round your waist. Both figures wear that, and again, it's really nicely done. It is metal. You can move it around. It goes through some eyes on the trousers and not through others. Just fits really nice. Moving on, this one's the most intricate of the two. See, it's got the waistcoat underneath. It's got this like military styling. All this is hand stitched and sewed. It's unbelievable, I'm telling you. The materials are unreal. I want to try and be steady with it because I don't want to pull it around, because I don't want to risk him dropping his guitar. All the stitching, the brooch, ear look, there, really nice. Moving across to the side again, like the sort of ceremonial royal, like kind of soldier look about it. Really nice. Got real fur around all the edge, moving up and all the way around the collar. And it's got this sort of gold lacing or piping that ties round through it. Really nice. Again, it's same on both sides. Underneath the waistcoat, this sort of neckerchief or scarf, whatever you want to call it, and it's sort of tied, and then in behind the waistcoat. You could take that off and see him bare chested. Like I say, it's quite a basic true type underneath, so I think that's the best look. That's why I've gone with it. 2 pieces of real jewellery. Look at the detail on them. 2 pieces here, really, really nice. Got this sort of emblem on this one, and this star or snowflake effect. Really nice, awesome. Laser cut, I would think. So trying to get in close. You can see it's got the real fur round here, and then all the side. It's all, I don't know, stitched amazing. To think that somebody sat there and stitched it or machined it or whatever they've done, it's unbelievable. Again, the golds, the different shades of golds, that's quite rough textured, and that's really intricate as well. The material they've used is quite thick and not bulky, but I don't know, just a good material. It feels like it's cost a fucking fortune, which it has, so it should feel like that. Moving up to the hat, the black hat is sculpted, and then loosely around the top you've got a purple ribbon that just ties at the back, and then fed through the ribbon is this real metal sort of loop section. Again, it's very much of the period of that time, the psychedelic look, just well represented. And if you go online, go on the internet and look at some of these pictures of Jimi Hendrix, the clothes are, I don't know, awesome. Just, I can't know of a word for it. They feel awesome, they fit him awesome. It's just an awesome work of art. I'll get to the guitars under the extras. Moving on to this version. This is the, I think it's the Monterey version. Again, I don't know a great deal about this concert, but the guitar is sort of the Monterey special, and then the outfit, and I think with the headband as well, that is the set kind of thing. But like I said, again, same sculpt on the boots. The washed out red. They're kind of like denim, but a soft feeling denim. Again, it's got the chain around the waist, and then this one's got like a ribbon tied. Again, as they were wearing it, psychedelic times, like I said, sort of late 60s going into 70s. The shirt with the ruffled cuffs, and then down the collar, leading down behind his guitar strap, all the way down his sort of frilled shirt, which is like a mustard yellow. And then you get the waistcoat again. It's the same waistcoat as on this one, but obviously you see it clear here because it's not covered by anything. And this one, obviously, it's wearing a waistband, which is attached to the earpiece, which is good because it doesn't keep moving. So yeah, look at stitching on that. Fucking artiste. Beautiful. And even while I'm showing you, all the guitar straps, all hand stitched. Just awesome quality. Let's get that bitch turning so you can see that. This one I've got poses down on his knees, and he's rocking out, sort of leaning back. Got the rock face on with the headband. That's what another thing I like about it. When you touch the hair, it feels like sort of cotton wool with then thread coming pulled through it, and it's a really good effect. It really looks like loose afro hair, sort of the soul glowed kind of afro hair. It's really well done. It's not a tight perm as such. It gives the effect it's tight perm because there's that soft like cotton wool through it, but then the loose springy threads do make it look really realistic. It's fucking awesome. Same with this one. Oh, anyway, the outfits, I've given them a 5 out of 5, which were an easier 5 out of 5 as you're going to get. So every piece is just quality. It's represented in the cost, obviously. When I tell you the cost, I don't know if why I'm wanting me to tell you the price, but I'm gonna, because I like to be honest, and I also want you to appreciate just why I'm so surprised that a person would lend another person this piece. As you can see, that's coming round. Fucking guitar legend all the way. And that one, maybe just finished gig, took his guitar strap off, just soaking in, just breathing in all applause. Beautiful.